again. And obviously, KCP, who was Defensive Player of the Game again for us, pressed up, made him a 2-point. Worst case scenario, he makes that runner. We have a timeout left. We can try to score or we go into overtime. But, this game was interesting. I thought we got off to a really good start. I thought our bench struggled tonight. Our young guys, obviously, I didn't think were really prepared to come into the game and play tonight. First time I've seen that this season and to learn from it. And back and forth in the second half. But I thought that fourth quarter defense, Ryan, was where it needed to be to win that game. Held them to 37% from the field and 3 of 11 from 3. And overall, the three-point defense, we talked about it going in, was going to be the biggest key. And to hold them to 11 of 35 as a team, well below their average, was a big reason that we were able to get the win.
Looks like you had Jokic matched up with Chris Paul at the end of the game. Can you walk us through that decision? It was in the fourth quarter, I think.
Yeah, they went small. They took out Looney. And then, obviously, when they had Chris Paul out there, because they were hurting us with Looney in the pocket. He was catching the ball in the pocket. They were cutting out of the corners, and they were getting some really easy points. So at the end of the game, obviously, just getting Nikola on Chris Paul so we can black all those other pick and rolls. Switch. That's what we call switching. Switch to pick and rolls, so now you're keeping bodies on bodies, not giving up the easy points that we were at the rim. Something that we've done before, and in the right situation, we can cross-match and put them on different people just to try to protect ourselves.
What does it say that you guys were able to defend?
Who did?
What does it say that you guys were able to defend Golden State so well? And some of the things that you typically in the past had issues defending them, some of the actions that they
Well, let's be honest. Draymond wasn't here tonight, and I think Draymond is like the guy that, as great as all those guys are, Draymond kind of is the orchestrator. He makes it all work, and so obviously no Draymond tonight. Allowed us to really key in on some of those guys. But, I think we played well against this team. A couple of years ago, they beat us in the playoffs. We didn't have a couple of really important pieces. But we tried some different things tonight. There were a couple of growing pains. But overall, I think our guys had pretty good game plan discipline in terms of when you play against a great offense and great offensive players, you can't use your standard defense. You have to have great player defense as well. And Steph Curry obviously warrants that because he's one of the greatest to ever do it.
Coach, was some of how you pushed Joker's minutes based on the time off between now and the game against you?
That national TV game, the timeouts are forever. So you have a lot of time during the timeouts you can use to your advantage. We talked about it at halftime, not playing until Sunday. I couldn't be more proud of our group. I think 8-1 is our record, and we've played with a few other teams the most games in the NBA to this point. To be undefeated at home and to get off to the start that we've gotten off to is I couldn't be more proud of that group in there. Haven't used anything as an excuse or a crutch. We found a way to fight through it, and not every win is going to be pretty, but we gutted this one out tonight against a very good team.
What made you want to go with Justin Holiday? Was that pure defense?
Veteran. Somebody I can trust. Again, I didn't think our young players were ready to play tonight. And Justin, what I loved about him, he went out there, he defended, he did his job. He missed a wide-open 3, and what you love about him is the very next possession, sprints to the corner, no hesitation, knocks down a big 3. So I'm not the Salvation Army. I'm not just going to give minutes. You have to continue to earn your minutes, and that's why Justin played tonight, and that's why he's such a pro. Yeah, I think Reggie's been fantastic for us. He plays with the starters. He plays with the second unit. And when he's with the starters, he has a certain role. When he's with the bench unit, he has a certain role. And he's able to do both. He's a scorer. He's been a scorer his whole career, to your point. But most importantly, 6 assists, no turnovers. That's what you want from your starting point guard. I think Reggie, to be honest, I think him having a whole offseason with us, he was here a lot. Having a training camp with us, I think he feels so much more comfortable than he did coming in here with 23 games to go last year. So he's comfortable. He knows our guys. Our guys know him, and he was outstanding tonight, to your point, Harrison.
Tonight was the most we've seen Nikola, felt like the most we've seen Nikola switched out on smaller players. Felt like he did a pretty good job. I'm just curious, how that kind of came to be from your vantage point, and B, how you thought he did in those situations.
Yeah, it's, through 20 playoff games last year and 4 different playoff series, we made a lot of adjustments, and I think we made a lot of correct adjustments to help us win each series. And so we did things with Nikola that, we probably didn't do a lot during the regular season, switching out under guards and making those guys have to beat him with a tough 2 as opposed to giving up a 3, because if he's in coverage, now you're putting 2 on the ball for a count. They're catching the ball in the pocket, now they're spraying. So it's just a way, when you switch ball screens, that's why everybody does it now, is to really try to negate the three-point line. And against that team, you're doing everything you can to take away the three-point line.
The last 2 games, Nikola has started 0 for 4 and 0 for 5 from 3. It's almost seemed like he's been determined to keep taking them until he makes one. Do you think there's almost like a stubbornness to him of, I feel like I should be making these shots and I need to see myself knock one down?
I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's him just reading the game, and a lot of the threes he takes are open. He puts a lot of time into his game and into his three-point shot. And the best thing about it is that I think there is a balance. Obviously, he took 8 threes tonight, but then him in the mid-range, him in the post, him in catch and shoot, pick and roll, whatever it may be, he's just has such an impact in every way, shape, and form on the floor. But, I think that's probably better served for Nikola, but I'm just happy he's shooting them. I mean, that was a big part of his winning it last year, was his not only shooting the three-point shot, but shooting it at such a high clip.
Coach, the sequence from Michael Porter at the beginning of the fourth quarter had a couple outside blocks and the buzzer beater on the baseline. Just where has his head kind of been, just as Jamal has been out, he's being asked to do maybe a little bit more. You even had him guarding Clay late in the game as the primary matchup. Just what have you seen from him just evolving?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a continued maturation from last year. I mean, Michael's been truly a work in progress, and it continues to get better and better, Ryan. I mean, last year, the growth he showed on the defensive end, on the offensive end was just phenomenal and so fun to watch, because you saw this kid who's got so much talent just continue to push himself to get better and to buy in and to commit to be the best player he can be. And to your point, I thought he had 2 really good defensive plays where he used his 7-foot wingspan, got into the lane and got a block, fueled that break one time, and then out of a timeout, he knocks down a big 3. So Michael's impacting the game in so many different ways right now. 8 rebounds, 17 points, 2 blocks, and that should be the standard for Michael Porter. Like we shouldn't be surprised by it. We should expect it every night.
Coach.
Thanks, everybody.